Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the Christmas tournament for the BFME 2, the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02 version 8.0.1. And yes, you are seeing it damn right, DJ Premier against Solas in the group stage. The first game will be on the map Plains of Lindon. Before losing any more time, let's get right into it. Random Mirror. Holy moly, this is gonna be epic, and we're gonna have Angmar against Men of the West. But Angmar is not in the hands from Solas. No, DJP gets to play the Angmar faction, and Solas at the top side will be the blue Men of the West. Green Angmar player at the bot side, DJ Premier. The map is Plains of Lindon, game number 1. United Kingdom against Germany. Let's see who is the better player. So first of all, we gotta say about those players, those two players are the greatest players in the Rise of the Witch King community. DJ Premier wasn't that active lately, and Solas was never, participating in those tournaments. And that's the first time they're actually signing up for those tournaments. And unfortunately, we get to see this matchup, that early into the tournament, in the group stage actually, in the best of 3. Reason being is both players are actually replacing some of those inactive members. Solas is replacing Stormcrow, normally a BFME 2 player, and DJ Premier is replacing another player who was not being around. And yeah, we have 2 mills into the Hall of the Kingsman, into the third mill from the Angmar player DJ Premier. 2 farms into the barracks, into the third farm from the Man of the West player Solas. I am super excited about this matchup and about this game. I'm really hoping for some great games. And this is a thing, right? When 2 really great players facing against each other, there might be 2 possibilities. Either we're gonna see really long extended games reaching to the late game, or we're gonna see super fast games. Because if one of those 2 players will have a lead early on, they will snowball, they won't throw the lead, and they won't give the enemy a chance to come back. Anyways, Gundabad warriors are leading forward, and we have some soldiers of Gondor from the Man of the West player Solas. Let's see. War chant start, rallying call start from the players. Both players starting with the buff, and the second Hall of the Kingsman is coming up on the field from DJ Premier. Okay, they are just passing through, so they will be using the second unit for defensive purposes. Talking about the second unit, we're gonna get some extrovers on the field from DJP. Solas is deciding to move from the top side, which won't be expected from DJ Premier. He on the other side is trying to put some pressure with those Gundabads. In a 1v1, soldiers, they should be able to win, especially with the help of the fortress, and the stable is coming up for the Man of the West player Solas at the very same time. Holy moly. Both are playing really careful, really patient. And we're gonna have a wall hub in front of the mill. This way Solas won't be able to attack this. Oh, wait a second, needs to be careful. Okay, rallying call was used from the Man of the West player Solas. War chant will be used defensively. In the meantime, Gundabads were actually able to sneak through, and they are attacking the farm. Solas might not be in time. He might be losing this farm that early into the game. That means a greater start for the Angmar player than for the Man of the West player. However, the soldiers are still alive. They are smashing those extrovers one by one. Will he be able to finish that? That's gonna be the main question. The answer is gonna be a no, because we have some Gondor knights joining the battlefield from Solas. Solas soldiers are popping off. They are killing the second battalion. They were already able to kill the Gundabads. It looks like that Angmar player DJ Premier will be able to save one of those units, and they will be recovering over time because of the Thrall, even when they are only level 1. We are getting more units, some pikes to counter the cavalry from Solas. Gondor Knights were able to defend this farm. Close, but not close enough. Let's see if Solas will be able to take down this mill. It's all about positioning, using the aggressive stance to maximize the damage output. Extrovers are trying their hardest. He's repositioning himself. Gondor Knights are arriving. Thrallmaster is getting knocked down, but he once gets killed from that. And yeah, some reinforcements. He's gonna focus down the mill. He's gonna commit to that, and he should be easily able to take it down. The question is, how many Gondor Knights will he lose? Nice micro from Solas, getting away with only losing 1 unit from the battalion. That is nothing too crazy, but you don't want to run into the pikes. In the meantime, Solas also creeping at the right side of the map, Plains of Lindon. Are we gonna get to see some of those Gondor No, we have only one battalion so far. And the pressure is real. 2 power points collected by DJ Premier, 350 command points available, 400 command points available by the Man of the West player Solas, and almost 2 power points collected as well. And yeah, securing the creep for himself will increase his, power points and also his experience for those units. And yeah, right now DJP is being in a really rough situation. However, we know that if Angmar reaches the late game, they're gonna be super strong. Nice micro with the spikes. Solas was riding into it. He was able to get away, but he lost half a battalion of that. Will he be able to finish that mill? That's gonna be the question. The extroverts are putting in some nice work. They should be able to defend, but it is quite low. And yeah, more stuff happening. It's really hard to catch up. Solas is, pressuring DJ Premier big time. We have Waldo on the field. Waldo now looks a bit different in the Christmas edition, as we can see. He looks like a Nikolaus to me. And yeah, I mean, DJP has to put some counter pressure on Solas. Solas having a great time. Archer range is coming up, Well is coming up. That's gonna help those Gondor Knights to recover, as they are only level 1. And those Rohan Spearman units, they are about to creep at the bottom right side as well. He should be able to finish this mill, which was all about to hit level 2. That's really, really good for the Man of the West player Solas. Getting a level 2 soldier battalion, but there are just too many extroverts to handle. Both all of the Kingsmen are still level 1, and he doesn't have a troll involved team. That means we're not gonna get to see any of those Wolf Riders any soon. Okay, actually DJ Premier was able to disturb Solas, and Solas was not able to creep this troll at the bottom right side. Another mill might be taken down. Those soldiers are still quite tanky, healthy I mean, and yes, this mill has been taken down as well. 400 command points, 5 power points collected, 450 command points, 4.5 power points collected by the Man of the West player Solas. However, on the bright side for DJP, he is getting more and more units. Will he be able to defend the mills? That's gonna be the question. Gondor Knights were able to recover at the well, trying to micro around. Nice move from DJP, keeping those pikemen close to the extroverts in order to keep them safe against the Gondor Knights. In the meantime, he's about to creep at the bottom right side. And Solas is sending now some pikes and some soldiers who will be securing the creep, and most importantly, who will be securing the treasure for himself. That's gonna be the main question. And the creep secured, 1 part of the treasure goes to Solas and 3 parts to DJ Premier. In the meantime, Gondor Knights are still trying to take down this level 2 mill, but they might be actually in trouble here. The pikes are putting in some nice work. They will be able to get away. We have I see two battalions of Gondor Knights. Now we're gonna get to see some of those archers, and the archer range is even level 2. That means we're gonna get to see some of those rangers on the field as well. 450 command points available by DJ Premier. Oh, the Gondor Knights. Be careful here. Nice, he will get away. For some reason he's staying. Oh my goodness, he might be losing this Gondor Knight battalion. Will he get away? Yes, he will get away. Close, but again, not close enough. The extroverts were not able to finish. 8 power points collected by DJ Premier, the Angmar player. 450 command points available. 685 command points available by the Man of the West player Solas. 6 power points collected after the rallying call. What is gonna be the power point he's gonna go for? Will it be the Lone Tower special summon? That's gonna be the main question. Stage 2 is up, and he has a lot of units. Waldo is gonna be helpful. Warchan will be used. Who's gonna win that fight? The stage on the back is gonna be massive. The Rangers are hitting like a truck, and that's gonna be enough to force the Angmar player DJ Premier back. The extroverts, they have to run for their lives. He might be losing one of those units. As long as he can keep the troll alive, the units, they will be recovering over time. In the meantime, more units are coming from the bottom right side. This mill will be taken down for sure. And DJP was able to sneak one of those spearman units to the top left side. He should be... Oh, he's gonna focus on the level 2 farm. But the Rangers, they're gonna be in position, and they are gonna be ready to defend. More units are moving through the middle. Rallying call is still being active. However, he has the Waldo on the field. That means he has the upper hand in terms of buffing. Remember, he has also used the Warchan on those units. And additionally, they have also the Waldo leadership with 33% increased damage and armor. The soldier's gonna die, and the main goal is to keep this level 2 mill safe. But the other level 2 mill won't be that lucky. Will get destroyed here from the Man of the West player Solas. The pressure is real. Felwind is gonna be available. We might get to see that around this area. He doesn't pick the Snowbind to keep this mill alive, so he actually gives up on the mill. Soldiers, they should be able to finish. They are hitting level 2 after that. On the other side, Rebuild was actually picked and used on this farm to keep it safe. Keeping those level 2, level 3 structures, especially those farms and mills, means a lot in a matchup like this. Morgomir from the Angmar player DJ Premier is joining the field. He's gonna be very good when it comes to debuff the enemy units, because Waldo is already here to buff them. All of the Kingsman level 3, you know what that means. We're gonna get to see some of those Dark Rangers on the field. Morgomir is trying to get the experience he's looking for to unlock the level 2 debuff ability. He's purchasing the banner carry upgrades. That's gonna give the power spike to those Dark Rangers with unlocking the Longshot. Longshot Felvin combination, boys. That's gonna be the next massive thing, what we're gonna see in the next big fights between those two players. Gondor Knights are trying to pressure, but there are just too many pikes around. You gotta be super careful. They have also the buff from Holder. 5 power points collected after having Rebuild and Rallying Call. 735 command points available for the German player Solas, who's playing the Man of the West faction. On the other side, 525 command points available, 6 power points collected after having Warchant and Felwind for the player from United Kingdom, DJ Premier, playing the green Angmar at the bottom side of the map, Plains of Lindon. In the Christmas tournament for the Rise of the Witch King with a cash prize of $100. But those units, they are looking scary. I see 1, 2, 3 battalions of Rangers. I see a lot of pikes. I see Gondor Archers. He has also cavalry advantage. He has so many units on the field, and he is pressuring from every single possible side on this map. We have still a couple of creeps left. No, never mind. Actually, the only creep left on this map is at the left side. This mill will be taken down for sure. I see 1, 2 Rangers, but they gotta be super careful. The Gondor Knights, they're gonna look for an opportunity to trample them down. But they're running into the pikes, and he lost many units there. We're gonna keep an eye on that one. This is gonna be massive. I mean, I can smell it. Guys, you can you smell it? There we go. Long shot. Booyah! That's what I like to see. Holy moly. So many Rangers are taken down. That was massive. But it is still looking so good for Solas. 745 command points collected. Almost 8 power points after Rebuild and Rallying Call. And my phone is ringing right now. Wait a second. Holy guys, that's crazy, man. The mill is being the target. He's pushing back, but some of those Rangers were actually able to survive. That means they will be recovering at the well. The mill might be taken down. Another long shot will be used from the Rangers this time. And yeah, he was actually putting in some nice work. DJP was a bit late on that to dodge the incoming damage. He should be able to keep this mill safe because there are barely any soldiers alive. Morgomir and Waldo are left alone. They are retreating. 870 command points available for the German player Solas against 475 command points available for the player from England, DJ Premier. The Rangers are gonna be taken down. He might be able to save this almost level 3 battalion. That's pretty nice. They're gonna be recovering over time. Okay. I mean, DJP is struggling resource-wise. He has 10 power points collected. Has actually around 1700 resources. Has enough money to he could make some more Dark Rangers here and upgrade them with the banner carry upgrade, but he might also be possibly saved for something else. On the other side, Lone Tower Special Summon was actually used. Let me check here. Defensively. Yeah, wait a second. He has also Marketplace, getting more and more resources from those farms. And Solas farms are all about to hit level 3. That's massive, unlike the mills from the Angmar player DJ Premier. He's moving with a massive army. I see a lot of Rangers. I see even Tower Guards moving forward. And they gonna actually put some counter pressure. So, the problem is that the Angmar player won't be ready to defend this. Is Felwind available? No, it is still on cooldown. 10 power points. Almost 3000 resources collected. Is he gonna go for the dragon? What is going on? DJ go home. Yes, DJ has to go home because this is just too much to defend. And yeah, he's gonna put some counter pressure, but Solas is already ready to defend this attack. He has indeed some of those Rangers. He's gonna make expansion and put those Rangers even inside to keep the fortress safe. And this is looking scary to me. He's going for a hero who costs 3000 resources, by the way. He's going for it. A massive hero from the Angmar player might come. But the fortress might be under attack. And he could, in the worst case scenario, he can go for the Snowbinds. But the level 3 Hall of the Kingsman will be taken down. That's quite unfortunate. Felwind is gonna be available. It looks like DJP is forced to retreat after realizing that he can't finish Solas with that tiny group of units he has. And another Hall of the Kingsman will be taken down. The hero he's gonna get on the field might be maybe able to buy some time, but it is looking worse and worse for the Angmar player. He's losing those mills, only one level 3 mill remaining on the field. He has to keep this safe no matter what. And yeah, he's flanking from this side. I see one ranger battalion only, 1.5 actually. Both are, there we go, Felvin's long shot combination. One more time, and a lot of damage there. Tower guards were actually able to survive. Solas could have buffed that, but he didn't go for it. 970, almost full command points for the Man of the West player Solas. That is actually crazy. We have also Theoden on the field from the Man of the West player Solas. He's retreating now. You look, that's what I'm oh, we have Ragosh on. What a sec, Rogash. Rogash is on the field, the troll of the North. North remembers, ladies and gentlemen. North remembers. 970 against 500. 12 power points collected by the Angmar player. But here's a Morgomir on the field with the debuff. Here's a Hualdo on the field with the leadership and with the summon Hillman. And on top of that, here's also Rogash on the field. And this picture is looking pretty dope. Look this picture. This is the Christmas edition, by the way, boys. Okay, 550, 920. This almost level 2 mill will be taken down as well. What is the plan from DJ Premier? I mean, once he gets this loot to level 3, to level 5, the leap attack can be actually massive against the group of units Solas has. But besides that, Rogash should not be able to do much, especially because there are so many tower guards and elite archers from the side on Solas. And yeah, he keeps up the pressure, pressuring the mills, taking them down one by one, negating the resource income, denying him that command points he's looking for. And he might be actually going for the Witch King. He's not making any more units. He has around 2000 resources collected. And we could see the Witch King of Angmar. He might also be just upgrading that Hall of the Kingsman to level 2 and afterwards to level 3 obviously. That's also being a possibility. This mill will be taken down as well. And yeah, Rogash, we have Morgomir, Waldo moving to this side, and other units will be used for defensive purposes. But this is a big army. This is a big army. Felvind is on cooldown, almost 13 power points collected. He's being command points kept. Can't make any more units after losing that many mills. Solas is playing a great game for the map control. Map control is everything. He has almost a double amount of command points. He's making a perfect use of those command points. Look the army he's sending forward. And Angmar player won't be able to defend. He has almost any units left, and the units he has, most of them, the strongest units, are actually being used for offensive purposes. Yes, he has some Dark Angels, they have the long shot ability ready, but Felvind is gonna be on cooldown, and Theoden and those Gondor Knights, he will be just taking them down one by one. Attacking from both sides, and yeah, he's making a sandwich against the player from Ukraine, not from Ukraine, from England actually. Boromir is also on the field. Fire arrow upgrade purchased on those rangers. He is trying to put some counter pressure. It looks like he's giving up his side. Over 2000 resources, doesn't even build some expansions for defensive purposes. With the fire arrow upgrade, those rangers, they're also gonna put some nice work against the structures, as we are able to see. They are using the bombard, by the way, and taking down the Hall of the Kingsman quite fast. Surrounding the fortress, he's gonna go for the summon orcs. Pretty sure he's gonna use it, you know, kinda offensively. There we go, offensively used. Warchan will be used on them as well. Rogash is here, still only level 1, couldn't get any experience. The fortress is under attack, and that might be the game number 1. Holy moly, what a game. Interesting playstyle from both the players, especially from DJP, saving that much resources for the Rogash. Going for the arrow volley. DJP doesn't even dodge. He lost almost everything here beside the heroes. And he's gonna call it GG. The fortress is all about to get destroyed. He could delay that a bit with the snowbinds, but that's not gonna do much more than only delay. Game number 1 will be won by the German player Solas against DJ Premier on the map plains of Lindon. As you know, we're not gonna lose any time, and we jump right into the game number 2. For that, first of all, we have to update the scoreboard. 1 secondo. Solas now being one step closer to the round of 16. And whoever bet on Solas in the previous game, congratulations boys. We're gonna open another contest. Solas or DJ Premier. Okay boys, you are able to bet on the outcome of the game. And before we jump into the next game, as you know, we have to spin our wheel. First of all, we're gonna remove Plains of Lindon and we will be spinning between Westfold and Forts of Eisen. And it's gonna be Forts of Eisen, the next game, which might be the final game if Solas wins that. Okay boys, we're gonna continue with the game number 2. This time on the map Forts of Eisen. The score, as you can see at the top side of your screen, is Solas leading 1-0 against DJ Premier. With that being said, he's only one win away from getting to the round of 16. DJ Premier has to win this game on the map Forts of Eisen. And Solas gets to play Mordor against Elves. El Clasico it is, good against evil. But in my opinion, DJP has a shot now. He has the upper hand now, because we know Mordor is gonna struggle early on. And my bet's not against men against elves. So it is actually Mordor against elves. On the left side of the map we have the blue Mordor player Solas from Germany. And on the right side we have the grey Elven player DJ Premier from United Kingdom. Alright. Mordor imba imba. You know what that means, guys? You know what that means, right? We might get to see a game number 3. And that's something I'm super happy about. And sorry for those who are not getting notified, you know, when I'm about to stream this game, because Discord was down for me, so I couldn't use Discord. Okay, 2 Malon trees into the barracks, into the 3rd Malon tree from the Elven player DJ Premier. And we're gonna have a Haradrim Palace start from the Mordor player Solas on the left side. PowerPoint wise, Warchan was picked and Rallying Call was picked from the players. So we can tell that Solas is not planning to go for the Eye of Sauron into the industry. So he wanna get the early power spike and he's upgrading that Haradrim Palace to level 2. That means we're gonna get to see some of those Haradrim Lancers on the field. And we have already seen this in the last game. Those cavalry units from Solas were putting in so much work, especially map control wise. Always making sure to kill those mills from the Angmar faction in the previous game. Let's see if they can do the same work against the Elven faction. The Elven player DJ Premier starting with Lorien Warriors. And I'm assuming he's gonna send them forwards. But he is gonna face against Corsairs of Umbar actually, first of all. And no Lancers from Solas just yet. 2 slaughterhouses, 3 slaughterhouses. We have 3 Malon trees, 4 Malon trees on the field from the Elven player DJ Premier. Now we're gonna get some Lorien archers on the field. Corsairs against Lorien Warriors. Corsairs should be able to win this. I mean, Lorien Warriors, they should be actually able to win this fight in a 1v1. It's gonna be close though. They're also quite expensive, you don't want to lose them for free. And the second unit will be those Haradrim Lancers. Now they will be actually able to see each other. Now he sees them. Okay, now he realizes, okay, he has some Corsairs on the field. And it looks like he's retreating. Now he knows that a Mordor player has a Haradrim Palace level 2. Corsairs are just moving forward and Lorien archers, they will be ready to defend. Realizing the fact that he might have to face against some Lancers, going also for the sentry units. Corsairs are not using the hold ground stance, they are using the hold ground stance now. Warchan will be used. In the meantime, Lancers are taking down the Lorien Warriors. Also here, hold ground stance to, you know, minimize the damage income from the trample. Now he also used the Rallying Call offensively. Corsairs were actually still putting in some nice work. And the game is a bit laggy now. I hope it's not gonna continue like this. The stable is coming up for the Elven player as well. More Corsairs are gonna join the field. He also lost 3 units from the battalion actually against the Lorien Warriors. And we're gonna get some Rivendell Lancers from DJ Premier. 400 command points for both the players. Almost the same amount of power points as well. Oh, be careful here. Oh my god, he was running it down. Oh, these Lancers, they should not be able to do much anymore. Only 3 remaining from the battalion and they are quite slow. I mean, he can still put some pressure with them, but it's just gonna take ages to destroy a Malon tree, and the Elven player should always be able to react to that. He's creeping on the right side of the river, and Corsairs are running it down actually. They are so effective against the Lorien archers, look at that. They are pressuring, but they're gonna be weak against the Vandal Lancers obviously. They're gonna get just trampled down. They are using the aggressive stance, but they are not even getting one-shotted here. Quite tanky units. The Lancer Battalion will be taken down completely. And the Corsairs, they are gonna go down as well. So nice defense from DJ Premier. The Vandal Lancers, they were just on time. He himself creeping on the left side of the river in the meantime, with those Easterlings coming out of the Haradrim Palace. More Lancers and Corsairs. The first Orc pit on the field from Solas. And he finally gonna get some Orcs on the field. Expanding at the top side of the map at the very same time. And it looks like the Elven player DJ Premier is planning to creep this work at the bottom right side. Be careful here, don't run, he's trying to bait you. Oh, nice timing, oh my god, he was running it down. He would be losing the entire battalion here. But he was paying attention luckily. Pikemen and archers are moving forward. We are getting more Lancers on the field from DJ Premier. He's spamming at the very same time more and more archers as well. Second creep will be secured by the Elven player. Corsairs, Easterlings and Orcs. The second Orc pit up on the field for Solas. Lancers, they gotta be super careful, but now nice catch, nice catch. Also nice reaction from Solas, immediately switching to the hold ground stance to minimize the damage income from the trample. DJP was not using the aggressive stance. Okay, he has a couple of units in the middle. I'm assuming he was also able to creep at the bot side. Lancers from Haradrims, they are about to pressure. Okay, we have a level 2 stable. Actually, we might get to see some of those Linden Horse Archer units on the field. This Malon tree is getting focused. Archers are going for a defense, but that's a mistake. They can just die in a second and a half. Look, they are using the bombard. So smart actually, look at this. So they don't need to go all the way around. He was just, you know, using it on top of the Malon tree. Also, you making sure to switch to the whole ground stance to not get one-shotted from the trample. And he's nicely beating the Lancers, and another Lancer battalion will be taken down from Solas. Very well done here from DJ Premier. Solas in the meantime is scaling into the late game. We know the Moro faction is so strong in the late game. Orc Archers, Corsairs and more Orcs are coming from Solas. He's about to creep at the top left side as well. With that being said, we will have only the Trolls at the top right and at the bottom left side left on the map for Halls of Eisen. Grouping in the middle, Rallying Call and War Chants. Rallying Call actually was used already. Haldir is on the field. Haldir gonna be super efficient later on. Rallying Call was used on those units, by the way, it's still being active. Let's see how much damage he will be able to deal. 5 power points collected by DJ Premier, 450 command points available. On the other side, 500 command points available for Solas. He just went for the Eye of Sauron. The builder from Solas has been taken down, though, that's massive. Looking for a trample. Oh my godness, Lancers are taking down so many Orcs. This got just level 2, Slaughterhouse has been taken down, and the builder got killed. That's massive. Eye of Sauron was used. 6.5 power points collected by the Elven player. He's gonna go for the heal, looking for a heal. Easterlings are pretty much down, and these Lancers can do whatever they want. Heal will be used as a massive heal. Haldir should be closer to the archers to share the experience. 2 power points collected, 550 command points available from the Elven player. Nice trample with the Lancers again on the backline. Orc archers are dying. Haradrim archers coming from the level 3, but they're gonna get catched and killed immediately. That's massive. Let's see if we can actually put some more work in at the very same time. Orcs and Easterlings are pressuring the side from the Elven player, and the game is laggy right now. I hope we're not gonna get kicked out. No, we are still continuing, and archers are smashing those Corsairs. Revendal Lancers are looking for another trample. Easterlings are now coming on the field from the Haradrim Palace. In the meantime, this Malon tree will be taken down. He's trying to get some more archers to defend himself against those units. The attack continues, but he will be forced to retreat. We know if Haldir gets level 5, he will be unlocking the leadership ability. That can also be very strong against a Moro faction. 4.5 power points collected after having Rallying Call in heal. On the other side, 4 power points collected almost from the Moro player Solas after having War Chant and Eye of Sauron. 525. And he's already going for the lumber mills to increase his resources. But you can tell those those Lorin archers are putting so much pressure. If he can take down this level 2 slaughterhouse, that's gonna be massive. 5.5 power points away from eventually unlocking the industry ability. The well, or which is called the Mirror of Galadriel, is coming up for the Albion player DJ Premier. He was just able to take down the level 2 slaughterhouse from Solas and only 2 levels away from getting the leadership unlocked from Haldir. Game is still open, boys. I like the way that Solas is actually expanding at the top side. So, and DJP has to scout this area because he's getting free resources from this. Can always use those lancers. Both were actually able to survive. And now it's gonna be even harder because we have some Mirkwoods now. We know those are the strongest archers in the game. Guys, I'm sorry, I'm just focused too much in the game. Sorry, I'm not catching up with the chat. Oh my god. Alright, Moro player is now focusing on the map. On the bottom left side, will be securing this creep for himself. And that's what DJP is doing at the top right side. That means we won't have any more creeps left on the map for Survison in the game number 2. Holy moly. Dagil, thank you so much for the sub with the Twitch Prime, man. Appreciate it. Okay, Haldir, only 2 levels.
Just subscribed. Welcome to BeyondStandards crew.
Again, thank you so much for the sub, man. Appreciate it. It means really a lot to me. Troll will be taken down. Yes, I mean, Moro player has a lot of units on the field, but we know it is not always about quantity. It is sometimes also about quality in the Rise of the Witch King. And what I mean with that, look, I don't want to underestimate the power of the Moro army right now. He has even some Haradrim archers in between. No, but Mirkwoods, they're gonna be so efficient against that. They're gonna smash the infantry, and he's gonna get more and more, so the time is definitely in favor, right now at least, of the Albion player. However, if we're gonna see 10 more minutes into this game, the Moro player will be scaling and also gonna get super strong. I would love to see a really late game in this game. Look, Easterlings are dying like flies against the Mirkwoods. They are just getting level 2 here. Gonna get stronger and stronger. Now the Easterlings are dead, and the Lancers, they could look for a trample, but they are not around. Where are the Lancers actually? Don't tell me that he lost all the Lancers. 1 level away from getting the leadership unlocked by Haldir. And never mind, he's pressuring the slaughterhouses in the meantime with those 2 battalions of Lancers. Radrim archers are strong, but not strong enough. They're gonna get just killed against the Mirkwoods as well. Almost level 3. More are joining. Orcs are gonna die like in a second and a half. He upgraded that stable to level 2, but I didn't see any of those Lindon Horse Archer units just yet. And PowerPoint wise, half a PowerPoint away from getting Industry unlocked by Solas. I'm assuming he's gonna save for Industry, but I might be wrong. 425 command points available. On the other side, 650 command points available for the Albion player DJ Premier. And for the next fight, he will have the Enshrouding Mist, which is not only gonna debuff the enemy units, no, but it's also gonna negate the effect from leadership, including the Eye of Sauron. So that's gonna be massive. Almost 1500 resources collected. Moving from the top side and from the middle at the very same time. Mouth of Sauron is on the field though. A hero we also not get to see that quite often. Can be also very, very strong once he's level 4. That's gonna unlock the Daubt ability, which is something like the Enshrouding Mist, right? And it will negate the leadership Haldir possibly might get, because he's, you know, even closer than a level from getting level 5. Getting off horse now. Heal is gonna be ready, Enshrouding Mist is gonna be ready. However, Rallying Call is on cooldown, and War Chant and Eye of Sauron is also on cooldown. So we have a level 2 Orc Pit. Is he gonna get some Black Orcs? That's gonna be the question. I see only normal Orcs right now. Troll Cage level 2. Drama Troll is gonna be there. However, Drama Troll is still gonna be useful because of the Roar ability, but the leadership ability from Drama Troll will get negated because of the Enshrouding Mist. In the meantime, we have some little harassments. You still don't want to be in a close range. The problem or the downside of those Mirkwood archers is definitely the fact that they are very, very squishy. They're gonna die in a second and a half if you're gonna be in close combat, and they are quite expensive, so losing them is gonna be really, really bad for you. Industry finally unlocked and used on this level 3 slaughterhouse, and he needs to defend this because we have some peasants coming from the inn at the top right side and some pikes. They are all about to focus this level 3, clumping pretty nicely to maximize the damage output. He might be able to take it down. That's gonna actually be Fiesta. Warchan will be used, Roar ability was used, but too early. He was not in time, I mean he was not close enough to affect those units, and yes, he will be losing and Solas is tilted. He's not gonna call it GG and he will be defeated. That means game number 3, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 3. Holy moly, and I will tell you that much. We have seen the map Plains of Lindon. We have seen the map Forts of Eisen, and the last game will be played on the map Westfold. Pretty damn good. Whoever was betting on DJ Premier, congratulations guys. Let's make something crazy, okay? Who will win the next game? DJ Premier, DJP, or Solas? You're gonna increase the amount of points you are able to bet to 5,000. It's time to gamble, boys. It's time to gamble. I will have to edit the scoreboard. DJP was able to win the previous game, and we will be able to see a game number 3, a tiebreaker game. That's what I actually was expecting from a series from those players. Westfold it is. Okay. Random mirror. They are gambling as well. They are always able to pick a faction, but no, they're gonna stick up with random. So whoever wins the next game, luck is also gonna be important. And yeah. Holy moly. Now DJP gets to play the Moro faction, and we will have the red dwarf player on the left side, Solas from Germany, and the green Moro player on the right side, DJ Premier from United Kingdom. They are always not happy about, they are always so happy when they get to play Moro faction. Because when it comes to play Justice, Justice League. So when it comes to play Moro, I think the players, the really great players, they are focusing more on the early game. And let's be honest, Moro is gonna be a suffer game early on, suffer faction to play with, right? And Orc Pits start from, by the way, from DJ Premier after 2 slaughterhouses. The dwarf player is gonna start with 2 mineshafts into the Hall of, not into the Forge Works actually from Solas. So definitely some battle wagon action early on. That's gonna be something great because orcs are gonna get just trampled down pretty easily. And rallying cold start, let's see if the Moro player gonna stick up with the Eye of Sauron or if you're gonna pick the Warchant instead. However, it's gonna be kinda close because I mean everything is possible. So you know, the fact that DJP gets to play the Moro faction doesn't mean an auto lose. It's still winnable. It is still winnable. And yeah, this is only the group stage game, but trust me guys, if they wouldn't be facing against each other in the group stage, they would go further and further and further, and they might be possibly fight against each other in the quarterfinals, in the semifinals, maybe even in the grand final. So this tournament is kinda beautiful because we have Fairy participating, we have Irvi participating, we have Mr. Smog, we have Solas, we have DJ Premier. So all those very strong players, beside Andy-san, who is busy now being a fresh dad. Everyone else, every great player is participating in this Christmas tournament. And yeah, it's reasonable, right? Because you can, at the end of the day, win $100 and only the winner gets the full amount. So everyone is gonna play for the win. And the final, as you know, will be a best of 7. So we might get to see some crazy finals again, just like we did in the World Championship. Haradrim Palace on the field after 2 Orc Pits by DJ Premier, upgrading his Haradrim Palace to level 2. And Solas in the meantime is trying to sneak one of those mineshafts at the bottom right side. But here's a builder around this area, so I'm pretty sure he sees that. Should be able to see that. No, he doesn't see it actually. This is just slightly out of vision. Battle wagon on the fields, no upgrades on that one. Trampling those orcs in a second and a half. More orcs are at the top side. archery range, and that was a battle wagon demolished, by the way. So he made one battle wagon and deleted the forge works afterwards. Switching to the extrovers from the archery range and going for the Hall of Warriors at the very same time. That's gonna force the Moro player to get some Easter links on the field, just like he does. And there is a mineshaft around this area. I'm assuming he's gonna use that to get those extrovers immediately to the side of the Moro player. Moro faction, like mentioned before, is quite squishy early on, very weak. And that's what you need to use for your advantage when you're playing dwarves. You wanna punish Moro for the early weakness. We're gonna get some Corsairs of Umba from the Haradrim Palace level 2. Extroverts are here as well. They are just, you know, that's the beautiful part. That's the beautiful part, right? You know, just like baited the war chants, getting inside, getting in safety, and now he's gonna have the buff advantage. His rallying call is gonna be available. He's gonna use the oil barrel here, pretty sure about that. Very well done. Still trying to put some damage. The fire on the ground is also damaging those units over time. But the game, I mean, he's creeping with those orcs at the top right, top left side. He should be able to creep. Gonna be close though. Oh, this is... Nah, never mind. He won't be able to creep. I didn't see the second work. So he kind of sacrificed those orcs. And there is already another mineshaft, and he's gonna go for attack now. We have pikes and extrovers on the field. And he's upgrading that with the banner carry upgrade for the double buff. Double buff, statue and the rallying call is active on those units. Those extroverts are gonna be super strong. They are trying to focus down those Easter links in the front. Once they are done, this battle wagon can go for a trample into those orc archers. They are still being buffed from the war chant, by the way. The slaughterhouse will be taken down immediately. Almost 2 power points collected by the German player Solas. 400 command points available. On the other side, the same amount of command points, 1.5 power points collected by the Moro player DJ Premier. Those units are quite strong. The battle wagon in the back is putting in so much work. Easterlings are all about to die. Corsairs are engaging as well. They're gonna use the bombs from a distance. It's also gonna put some fire on the ground. That's gonna cause some damage over time, but he needs to disengage. He has some pikes, so he should be safe against those Haradrim Lancers coming out of the Haradrim Palace. But he could go for a trample on those Guardians and on those extrovers, but he doesn't see them. And that Solas is being careful and patient, waiting. He's gonna reform his units and reposition himself. Now reinforcements are gonna come, and the buff from the war chant is gone by the Moro player, and he has still the leadership from the banner carry upgrade. I mean, those Lancers, they are not able to do much. Once the pikes are gone though, he can go for a beautiful trample. He can actually trample those units here around this area. They are quite tanky, especially in the Porcupine formation, hold ground stance with the leadership from the statue. And the pressure is real. 550 command points against 350 command points. He can't really do much. He's being surrounded. I mean, the units and the positioning of Solas is so impressive. Make sure to position in the in front of the most important structure, in front of the level 2 Haradrim Palace. That means whenever the unit's gonna come on the field, he's gonna also kill them immediately. Now looking for a trample. Rallying call is gone. Battle wagon is not in position. Heal will be used from Solas to keep those units healthy. And Haradrim Lancers, I mean, there are not too many pikes around anymore, so he can actually trample those units again and again. So he should look at this. They are so strong with the leadership from the battle wagon. That's actually incredible. Easterlings are coming, and yeah, this is just a suffer game for the Moro player, guys. For DJ Premier. More units are coming here from the mineshafts. Before you're able to deal with those units from Solas, more gonna be there, and that's gonna keep happening all the time. Moro can't really leave this side of the map, so all the action is happening right in front of the fortress of the Moro player DJ Premier. But that's just a suffer game. Yeah, 4 power points. I mean, he's super behind in terms of command points, and especially in terms of power points. Yeah, Haradrim Lancers are getting taken down as well. Literally the worst thing ever. These are the most famous last words from DJ Premier. I'm really happy that he participated in this tournament. I feel kind of bad that those players had to fight against each other at the very beginning. And yeah, Solas is gonna go through the next stage in the round of 16. And tomorrow we have the last game of the group stage between C-Knight of EA against who again? Let me check. So congratulations to Solas first of all, winning this tournament. Well deserved. We have seen 2 times Moro, 1 time, you know, by Solas, 1 time by DJP, and whoever played Moro lost actually. Yeah, this was this game here. So Solas won 2-1 against DJP. Here, this is gonna be the last game tomorrow, Dyrel against C-Knight. And besides that, this game already happened today, DJ Parson against Sorry. So we have only 1 game left, boys. This is the last game, and then we will be ready with the round of 16. All the games were done. So pretty slow. We needed almost 2-3 weeks actually to finish the group stage, unfortunately. So whoever bet on Solas in the last game, congratulations, guys. You got them points. And DJP is asking me, so is that me out now? Yeah, now? Yeah, unfortunately. But if C-Knight or Dyrel doesn't show up tomorrow, we can get you back in. And yeah, that's gonna be the plan, right? So I know it's kind of against the rules, but I kind of feel bad. So tomorrow we will have the games between C-Knight against Dyrel. So let's, you know, when they're gonna be there, they're gonna play, obviously. But if someone is not gonna be there, DJP will be replacing them, just to keep it entertaining, because I would like to, you know, meet those people again in the further stages of the tournament. By the way, guys, if you're watching it over at Twitch right now in the live stream, please don't forget to hit that follow button to not miss any of those tournament games in the future. And if you're watching that over at YouTube, don't forget to hit that like button and definitely subscribe for more content like this. Thanks for watching, boys.